Good afternoon, Marcelle. I'd just like to welcome and thank you for coming here to Australia. We're here at the Bioenergy Conference in Brisbane, and we're just having this little chat to talk about who RSB are and the alignment that QRFA have. We signed an MOU with RSB earlier in the year in Philadelphia, and you're down here now on the ground as one of our partners to action on and talk about what RSB is and the opportunities there and the importance of certification. So I just would like you to give us a little cap up on what RSB are and what you're doing and your vision forward.
Thanks, Larissa. Thanks. Also, it's been great to be at the conference and to meet many of the stakeholders, also of the stakeholders that you're working with. We're very pleased to have this partnership together with QRFA and that you've chosen to work with the world's leading sustainability standards, very important in terms of credibility. RSB is a multi-stakeholder organization, which means that there really is space for all the stakeholders from all the parts of the supply chain to actually be active and be part of the organization, to be members of the organization, and actually determine what is good sustainability criteria. So we have space for social NGOs, environmental NGOs, the producers, the feedstock grower, academia, governments, and even the brands and investors. And it's very important from the governance perspective because it means that you really have all voices present when deciding what these good criteria for sustainability are. RSB offers a number of benefits, of course, to the users of the certification, and particularly in the case of access to new markets. We see this trend towards a growing bioeconomy. Of course, we're doing a transition from a fossil-based economy to a bio-based one. Many brands are demanding new kinds of products. And the RSB standard actually covers all products, from fuels through to textiles to packaging, even cosmetics, even food. So you can really use the standard for any kind of feedstock, which is also really important, that we're feedstock agnostic. So you can actually have all your feedstocks under the RSB. You have flexibility to use different kinds of feedstocks. And importantly, in this increasing use of waste and residues, we have a standard that deals specifically with those kinds of feedstocks, also including fossil-based feedstocks, which is a very new development in the RSB and puts us at the forefront of really circularity as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And a big part of why QRFA worked with RSB, and the initial part of that was working on a project that QRFA were delivering on and still currently rolling out on, was to ensure that we are assisting our industry here with the emerging producers and the new, the current and then the emerging ones coming forward on the power and importance of certification and ensuring that we definitely create ourselves to be at that right level for the markets that will be pushing and demanding for certification of those fuels and all different parts of the supply chain to be certified. So there's a lot of viability there. So we wanted to make sure that we were bringing and leaning on our global partners to bring the right tools to support the growth and advancement and development of our state. And a part of that also is to understand that there are different components within the LCA model and what you guys can do. So did you want to explore just a little bit around that?
So the RSB standard is based on 12 principles, which takes care really of all the important social, environmental, economic issues, management issues. And in different parts of the world, different of these principles may be more important. So we take a risk-based approach to the certification, which really makes it much easier for the operators. Because if you're not operating in an area where there's food insecurity or issues with water, then we don't expect you actually to address all the full requirements. But RSB has two unique requirements in its standard, which is very important also in dealing with biofuels, is the greenhouse gas reduction principle, which is a unique feature of the RSB standard. And we require a 50% minimum reduction for all existing operations and 60% reduction for new operations, which is a really integral part of the RSB standard. And then we have unique other principles that deal uniquely with food security, rural development, which is a very important issues also when you're looking at it, starting to grow a new economy or starting to do things in a new way with new feedstocks. And dealing with stakeholders is also a very, very important part of this whole journey.
That's brilliant. And we're really excited about what we're doing and what we're going to progress forward with, guys. And it's been brilliant to have you here and to further build on that global partnership. And it shows you the power of that and that collaborative space that is and what that means. So thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time in Brisbane.
Yes, thank you. It was great to be here and see you again soon.
Great. Thank you, Marcelle.